Back again with the SmackDown review a day before another fucking SmackDown. I was going to show you guys this real quick. If you guys could see my notes on the camera. Hold on. That right there says April 22nd. Can you see that? I made these notes on April 22nd. That's how you know I made them. I just didn't have an opportunity to record, but I got to keep the streak going, so I'm doing it now. So quick SmackDown review, quick thoughts from last week's SmackDown. We're going to go over this real quick. I am dead tired. So, LA Knight, AJ Styles wins. I'm sad. I knew it was going to happen, though. Actually beat him pretty clean. I was actually kind of disappointed, not going to lie, but we'll see what happens with LA Knight going from here. I was kind of sad, but he kind of had to lose because him having a babyface match against Cody and losing again, I think probably would have been worse. This one, hopefully people kind of just forget about it. You know, there's kind of some heely things. He like poked him in the eye, but like, I was like, fuck. I was hoping he would just get like screwed in like the triple threat and like Bobby Lashley or something, like just fucking won that match, pin fucking Santos. Hoping it'd be like that, but oh well. Then the Bloodline package from last week. And then Solo pulls up in an Escalade. Paul Heyman says, "Nice thread, Solo." He's all happy. And then Tonga shows up behind Heyman. Heyman's all scared. So then Solo says, "Wise man, please welcome the newest member of the Bloodline, MST." No idea what that stands for. Could someone let me know? Then he gives Tonga a hug, turns his back. Heyman presumably is going to say he can't add members without Roman's permission, but then he asks where Kevin Owens is. Asks him again. And then Solo's like, "Take me to him." So he's on the hunt for Kevin Owens on this show. Nick Aldis brings out Triple H. And then they bring out A-Town Down. And I didn't get a chance to comment on this last week. So like fucking like 10 days ago. But finally. Oh my fucking god, finally. Those fucking shitty ass, fucking stupid red, fucking blue, crayon, fucking dumb, silver fucking tag titles are fucking gone. Holy fuck. Like, I was sick of looking at those fucking things. Those things were fucking horrible. Those things were so bad, man. So bad. Thank God. I didn't really want the titles to split up because now it's like, it feels like there's like 4 or 5 tag teams on both rosters. So it's like, it's almost like each team's probably going to get like a 5-month reign, you know, something like that. Then it just switches again. I liked it better when it was the undisputed tag titles and people were going back and forth. And I feel they need to do something more creative than these tag team battle royals. Like, I mean, like these like tag team gauntlet, you know, multi-tag number 1 contender matches. Like, that just kind of makes like the whole tag scene kind of look like secondary. I feel like it's the same way in AEW they do like reverse battle royals, whatever, with tag teams. Like, why can't tag teams have feuds as well? I know there are tag teams that have feuds, but like, why can't tag teams have feuds and like just like based off of who gets enough wins or more wins, you know, that's a suitable contender? Why can't it be like it is with like the singles where like there's viable contenders and then like 2 tag teams face off in a number 1 contender match or something like that, or just like a team starts a feud with like the tag team champions and like attacks them, whatever. Like every single time after like a pay-per-view, whatever, just a multi-tag match, we'll see who wins. It's like very lazy, I feel, booking. I mean, they got a lot of writers. They got like over 30 for sure. You know, come up with some shit. Come up with some clever shit. Like, let's have tag team feuds, you know. I like the way tag team wrestling is now compared to when it was back then. So, you know, it's an upgrade. Like, there's more focus on them. They give them time in the ring, you know. They have great matches, but there needs to be some substance behind these. The same way there's substance behind Intercontinental Championship feuds, U.S. title feuds, like Bronson Reed beats Sami Zayn before Mania, and now after Mania, he's coming for a shot, you know, shit like that. You need to do shit like that. But, anyways, Nick Aldis brings out Triple H. They bring on A-Town Down Under. They're just awesome cornball heels saying a bunch of heel shit. Fucking awesome. I love them. I can watch them every single week. Triple H goes to shake their hand, and then Grayson Waller goes in, then ends up shaking Austin Theory's hand, and Nick Aldis steps in and says, if you ever disrespect Hunter like that again, he'll make sure a clown down under will disappear. That was kind of funny. Yeah, so I even wrote here in the notes, hate how every tag team contenders decided multi-tag matches. But on the flip side, this match was very entertaining, a very awesome tag team TV match. Went through 2 commercial breaks, like it's like they got like the reins taken off them and people were doing crazy shit. Yeah, so it was a good match. It was like a fun, nice match. If you're watching like tag team matches, it was really fun. But the finish is weird. So like they're doing like a fatal 4-way tag match. Obviously like the goal, if you're like a legal team, like would probably be to not like tag out. Like your strategy is to be a legal team so you get a pinfall. Tyler Bate and like the other guy in the middle of the ring, I think it's like Angel Garza, they're in the middle of the ring. Tyler Bate's hurting, and he could just lay in the middle of the ring, wait till he recovers, do something there. This motherfucker is hurt, and he like rolls towards the apron to get tagged out by Montez. I'm like, bro, what? And then Montez and them tag in. They do a move on Angle, and they pin him. But it was a great match though. But I was like thinking, I'm like, the whole goal is like to not allow other teams to tag in, and he just like was hurt, and he tagged towards the ropes like he was getting taken out of the match by his partner, and they just got the pin. It's like so dumb. And then Bayley does an interview. I literally just wrote Bayley interview just talking. Doesn't say anything of substance, WWE promo, all that stuff. Then we have Solo backstage with Paul Heyman. Heyman's trying to convince him that maybe Kevin Owens is not there. So they start walking towards Gorilla. Heyman says, Solo, I swear the last person I want to piss off is you. He says, so Solo's like about to go out to the ring. He's asking where Kevin Owens is, all this shit. And then Heyman says, one day these will all be your decisions to make. But now the only person who can make these decisions is the tribal. And then gets cut off. Solo says, are you done yet? Are you? And then he starts walking out to the ring, coming out to the ring. This is all a continuous camera shot from backstage to Gorilla to them going out. Solo comes out. They go to commercial. Then we have Heyman on the mic when they come back with Solo standing there like he's Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. And then Paul Heyman says, I don't know if there's a list of the most brilliant backstage maneuvering politicians in history of WWE, but if there was, I would have to think I would be on the top of that list. And then he looks at the fans and he's like, and then he says, with Solo's permission, I'm going to explain to you the backstage politics going on right now within the Bloodline, the premier act in the history of the WWE. And then these stupid fucking fans start chanting, we want Roman. Really? Really? Y'all motherfuckers were so tired of him. Oh, whatever, holding the toe, same stuff every week. Gone for 2 fucking weeks. We want Roman. Fuck you guys. Literally fuck you guys. And then he says, ladies and gentlemen, I assure you as the wise man and then he starts fucking panting, for your tribal chief. He's about to say tribal chief. Solo snatches the mic. And then Solo says, last week I had to lose a brother in order for me to find a new one. And I forgot to add in, before he even says all this, he's getting the Dominic treatment. He's trying to start talking. They're booing him. Then he finally blurts out those lines. Sorry, this is a sped through SmackDown review. We'll do a clean one next week. I just had no time to record this. Didn't have any peace to record this. So just kind of going through it. And then he says, my MFT, Tama Tonga. Hold on. This is horrible audio, by the way. So Tama Tonga throws out at Kevin Owens. It's like the same way when Jey Uso was It was like literally before Mania, where like fucking Cody Rollins, all of them are outside fighting in the ring, and then Jey Uso came to help. He's fucking fighting Jimmy, fights Jimmy backstage, walks through like the curtain, and then 5 seconds later gets thrown back out by The Rock. This was the same thing with Tama Tonga, throwing out a bloody Kevin Owens, throws him down the aisle. He's walking slowly, methodically, as Kevin Owens like, he's all like, bruh, he's like bleeding. Thomas just throwing him fuck down the aisle slowly, methodically, and then he gets into the ring after he like leaves him in the middle of the middle of the entranceway, the aisle. Gets to the ring with Solo. They throw up the ones, and as they're throwing up the ones, a bloody Kevin Owens. All these officials come out. They're like helping him to the back, like they're all carrying him. He could barely stand for himself. Can't stand away. And then this motherfucker, I mean, I gotta commend this. Fucking babyface, you know, fucking fighting till the end, all that shit. Okay. But this motherfucker decides to not just get help back to the state, not get help backstage. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go back to fight 2 guys when I'm already like, my ass already got kicked apparently. So he comes back for a fight. Tama meets him outside. They're punching. And then they overpower him. Solo throws him into the stairs. They get into the ring. Wait. No. They throw him into the stairs, throws him into the ring, and then Tama gets to the ring first. Kevin Owens does like the fucking does press on him. He's beating him. And then classic WWE move. It's like the heel fucking security guards. It's like they're secretly helping the heels. Kevin Owens is beating on Tama Tonga like he has the advantage. The officials pull Kevin Owens off and hold him by both of his arms, like 3 guys per arm, for Solo to spike him in the fucking neck, bro. I'm like, dude, I mean, I get it was fine, but that's just like classic like WWE, like just stupid shit. They've done that before too, where the babyface has the advantage, he's fucking kicking ass, and then like the officials hold him back, and then the heel gets a shot, and the officials like, hey man, what the fuck? And it's like they were like holding him back, like shielding him, trying to get him away. They were literally like holding him by both of his arms, like for Solo to just like hit him. I was like, come on. But then, yeah, so he spikes him. And then after Kevin Owens is on the ground, he's like out. And then fuck Tama's beating the hell out of him. And then they take off Tama. Tama goes outside, grabs a chair, brings it back in. And that's when Nick Aldis comes out, steps in the way, intervenes, says that's fucking enough, you know. Being the official, being the general manager. And then Tama and Solo leave. And I thought this was hilarious. Kevin Owens is like rolled out on like the side of the ring. He's literally getting held by all these officials. And you could see some kids in the audience have like their hands over their mouth, just completely shocked. Like, oh my god, he's fucking bleeding. Holy shit, that looks so bad. And I was just thinking, man, I wish I could fucking feel that feeling again. Like, I remember being a kid and like it was like Monday Night Raw, and Vince told John Cena he couldn't use the attitude adjustment. He had to find a way to beat Umaga or something, like the fucking main event. And as a kid, I'm like, oh my god, he can't use the AA. He's being screwed over. What's he gonna do? And then that's when the STFU was born. You know, as like a kid, you feel those storylines like that, like Mickey James Trish Stratus like stalker storyline. I bet to adults they're probably like, what the fuck, that shit's stupid. But to me as a kid, I thought that shit was real, you know. And like I was like, man, I wish I could feel what these kids are feeling, because these kids are like, man, Kevin Owens got his shit beat up. Holy shit, this is fucking crazy, you know. But when you're watching as an adult, you're like, yeah, it's a great angle. But when you're watching as a kid, it's like, holy shit, that shit real. But then they go to the top of the aisle, Solo and Tama, they throw up the ones, and then Solo looks back at Paul to like fucking make him do it. And the way Solo like is like staring at the blood on like his taped hand and throwing up the ones so slowly, methodically, made for a great camera shot that they're gonna use in fucking video clips going forward already. You know, great cinema stuff, great segment that was. And then, God, I'm like, why am I so... I'm parched for some reason. And then after the commercial, Nick Aldis pulls Heyman outside by the arm. He says, were you aware of this? Wait, yeah. He says, were you aware of this? It's like, so you mean to tell me you didn't know about this? Paul, let me paint you a picture. And then it's like panning the camera, and the camera shows a car crashed into another car. And then Nick Aldis is like, let me paint you a picture. One of those rental cars is Kevin Owens, and the other one is Tama Tonga. Now, Paul, I understand conflict between the boys, but on my show, we settle in the ring. And next week, we got a draft. A lot of tippy top people. So I will not tolerate this kind of savage behavior. Just tell me you understand. And the whole time Paul Heyman's like, but this wasn't issued. Like, this wasn't in order. What the fuck? Like, I have no idea what's going on. But like, Nick Aldis like not standing for any of this. Nick Aldis like, just tell me you understand. And make sure the bloodline understands. Because if you don't, the repercussions will be equally savage. Losing is not the only thing that has consequences. Pats him on the stomach. Or pats him on the chest, walks away. Can't do any justice to this. Nick Aldis, masterclass performance here. Being the general manager of SmackDown, actually asserting authority, not standing for the bullshit. Tama Tonga basically trying to kill Kevin Owens outside in the parking lot. What the fuck? Literally crashed into his car. Literally T-boned his shit. That's fucking something. But yeah, I'm done with fucking Legado del Fantasma. The LWO, I'm done with this. Carlito and Santos have another match, and the fact that it was unadvertised just made all this think, yeah, okay, this is absolutely fucking nothing happening. Nothing happening match beats him with a Phantom Driver. But a boom, see you soon, you know? Like, okay. And then there's like that one chick. I had to point her out. The one chick in the front row. Never thought I'd see this. One chick in the front row. This random white chick with a Legado de Fantasma sign. I think I saw her on Raw too. Like the following week. Like this week. But thought I'd point that out. She was really so happy when Santos got her win. I was like, I don't want to see this match. And then it goes from the match. Then up to Kayla Braxton. Up in the luxury boxes with Damage Control. And then she says, I'm up here with Damage Control and former Women's World Champion Io Sky. All of them look at her like... And then Kayla Braxton's like, what made you want to get a special view of this match? And then fucking Dakota takes over. She's all angry. She's saying this in an angry voice. I'm not going to say it in an angry voice, but picture this voice being angry. She's like, are you trying to be disrespectful? Are you trying to be disrespectful? Io will take her title back, which is good and ready. We just need to watch two people we can't stand rip each other apart. But do I need to remind you and everyone here that Damage Control are still the women's tag team champions, and that's not going to change? And then Jade Cargill's music hits. And her and Bianca pull up in the skybox beside them. Damage Control's like, are you serious? You guys can get another fucking skybox? That's what I was thinking too. I was like, why don't you just go on the fucking front row? I'm pretty sure you can watch it from down there. And then Cody cut a promo from Europe on AJ Styles. They're gonna have a contract signing next week. I didn't write any of that stuff down, by the way. And then Naomi and Bayley had a match. Not sure if it was good or bad. Didn't really watch it. Ended in DQ. I was like, fucking great. But at least I know it now. It's building to probably a triple threat match at Backlash, which makes me happy because I like triple threat matches. So Tiffany Stratton, like, they're both outside. Bayley, I think Naomi was like laying on the announce table, like, you know, somehow got there, and Tiffany Stratton came out of nowhere, punched Bayley in the face. Started attacking them both, put them both in the ring, lined them up beside each other, hit the prettiest moonsault ever on both of them, and the show went off air with fucking Tiffany flexing. So, you know, it was a nice angle to lead to a triple threat match, but I'm like, why did it end a DQ, whatever, but I know why. So that's SmackDown. Bro, the whole time I'm doing this thing, my mouth's just parched. I was in no podcast audio form to do this, but I had to keep the streak going of every SmackDown this year. I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull it off at every SmackDown this year, because I feel like during this summer I'll be gone for a lot of weekends. It's hard when SmackDown's on Friday, by the way. It feels like on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, something like that, it'd be easier to do, but like it happens on Friday, you know. Sometimes you go out on Friday, sometimes you go out on Saturday, you know, you don't have time to watch on Friday, And then not only am I watching it, guys, I always thought, doing like podcasts like the wrestling podcast would be easier, all that stuff. But like, bro, having to take notes, and like I take more in-depth notes. Like I don't just take notes of the segment. It'd be way easier if I was just like watching SmackDown and saying this happened, that happened, talk about it. I'm writing down word for word in the promos. Like I literally have the mic on the notes, like saying exactly what they're saying in promos. Like that's literally how I want to recap it. I want SmackDown reviews to be my SmackDown reviews to be like in depth, like for people who didn't watch it. But usually by the time I bring it out, people already watched it by then. But I don't know. But yeah, I try to give in depth stuff like that. But yeah, that's my mini SmackDown review. Tomorrow's the draft, so it'll be easier to do because they do draft shit all the time. Yeah, so we'll see who gets drafted to who. We'll fucking talk about it. Not doing anything this weekend, so we're gonna watch this right away. Make notes. Have this new SmackDown review out by like the 29th. Or the 28th. Let's go for that. I don't want to talk about some other stuff, so. Alright, guys. This has been Eric. Bada boom, we'll see you soon. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.